welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to look at the blues, mostly acoustic blues, and we're going to cover three main open keys, the key of E, A and G. And what I'll try and give you in these lessons would be a lot of options and turnarounds. We'll look at them in more depth in a moment. We'll do the shuffle rhythm. We've already looked at double stops, so we can start amalgamating all this material and basically just using it like a deck of cards. In other words, we can shuffle the ideas in and out and use them in our blues playing. So before we get started, let's once again tune up. I'll give you my low E. A. D. G. Or B string. And finally the high E. Right. The first thing we want to establish is a good solid shuffle rhythm, and the basic one I'll show you now. We can keep adding to it and lots of variations, and the idea is to arm yourself with as many as you can, so that when you're actually playing you can improvise almost on the rhythm part as well as the solo part. So for this I'll just use the fingerstyle for a moment for you. I'm going to concentrate now just using strings 6, 5 and 4, and let's see what we can get. Just these three strings. I'll use the thumb and fingers 2 and 3, or you may prefer fingers 1 and 2. It's irrelevant. So basic shuffle. Try to get that smooth rocking. Keep the strings tight, don't let it be too open. Just with the heel of the hand, just let it slightly dampen the strings. It gives it a tight sound. Just get that snap. Now if we look closely at we can add the roll on frets 3 and 4 on the 6th string. Very simple movement. Let's introduce that to it. And you notice the percussion coming in, the slap that we've looked at before. Now, we can also stretch to the 5th fret on the 5th string. Give us this D note. In a moment or two we'll look at the open option. Let's try that one. Here's another movement now, very common. We'll stretch up to the 5th fret on the 4th string, 4th finger, and we'll pull it slightly. That's our minor third of the chord. Remember that note, it's always slightly pulled, even in our solos. Okay, here we go. In that last movement there, I just released the 1st finger to catch the open 5th and 4th string. Let's have a look at that one. you can see that just gradually it's already building up a good rhythmic structure. We'll look at a few more moves we can get on these bottom 3 strings. Let's go chromatically down on the 5th string from fret 2, open, so we have, and hold on to the 4th string, 2nd fret. Whatever fingering feels comfortable. Sometimes I'll use or. Now let's insert that one. All these basic notes added can be turned from blues to rock and roll, or some of your favorite lines. A lot of familiar sounds once you start experimenting just on the bottom 3 strings. And the beauty is with the 1st finger you can stretch easily to the 5th fret and experiment. Any notes that I haven't used, try putting them in and come up with your own combinations of them. There's no, treat each of them as a separate idea and then just shuffle the ideas. In other words, we could start with a pull, we could start with the open strings, Now what we'll do now is we'll look at adding in some of the mid-range strings here, strings 4, 3 and 2, and we'll insert them in just for colour. In a previous lesson I showed you the falling down exercise and getting back up. So the fall down, so just strings 4, 3 and 2, 1 finger bar. We'll also look now at the D form of E7th, and we'll concentrate on strings 4, 3 and 2. And it's a nice sound to add. Okay, let's look at that one then. We can slide it. The flat bar, the low E, hammer on the 1st fret, 3rd string. Right, let's set our shuffle up and we'll insert that one. Sometimes you'll encounter a groove that maybe wanders on a few chords. Maybe like an open G, 1 finger G. Again, this is using strings 4 and 3 with the G bass. Our A chord and our 1 fingered E. This is a good groove. You'll hear this in lots of blues. And just when you hit the A, flick open and back to E. Let's set that one up. A few of those slower for you just to get the feel. Again, just improvise with them. Take that as one movement. You you could add the or, any of these movements to it. Let's have a look.